Critter Getter, what's up, brother? Holy shit, my fucking computer is lagging. I had to reset it. Oh, I got some new knives today for fellow. As you see here, this is what I got today. I spent $100 for these two and got these free from the same guy. Oh, how's it going, everybody? Country boy, what's up? Did you buy some new knives? Yes, sir. Some oldies but goodies. These two, and then the guy gave me these three for free. Gotta love that, right? When am I gonna make your caping knife there, critter? You off them weird hours now? You back going live again, critter? Can you guess what this one is? Look at how nice and pristine this is, man. This is from the 70s. Look at this sheath. The guy never used it. I put 2 coats of carnauba cream on it, buffed it up. Looks brand new. And this is a 1975 original box. This knife here, when the guy bought it, the old timer, his father that bought it, look at how much he paid for it. 1975. There's the original sticker on it. You believe that? What's up, Billy? How's it going? Yeah, I'll show these off here in a sec. When we get a few more people in here. Look at this. In the case from the 70s. For all fishermen, hunters, and all people who enjoy the great outdoors. A003 lock knives, lock knife, made in China. It was free, so since it had the box, I took it. Look at this thing. Looks like a Pakistan knife. Made in China. I'll take a free knife any day. Especially with the original box. Oh. Man, where's everybody at tonight? So what's new, critter? Talk to me, man. You still working on them late hours? I haven't seen you do a live in a long time. Are you doing them still? You guys hear me okay? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. You want to see the buck? I'll show it to you in a minute. Which model do you think it is? Look at how thick that case is. 1975. Thing's never been used. I paid $50 for it today, but Originally, when he bought it new, it was $18.95. What's up, Jeff? You're off to bed night, brother. God bless, my friend. You too, man. Just showing some knives I got today. This is a buck 121. 121. Original sheath. It's the fisherman fillet knife. Buck 121. Look at this thing. I gotta clean the blade. There's the original stamp on it. Another buck 119 series knife to add to my collection of them. Yeah. Yeah, the guys have been hounding me to come buy them. So I got these two knives for $100. And he gave me these three for free. This is a Western. Never been used, man. Look at the sheath. This is called the Outdoor Camp Fisherman Knife by Western, made in USA. Look at that handle. Isn't that something? So it's flexible. It's a mini fillet for like crappies and bluegill and whatnot for camping, prepping food. It's the W764. Beautiful. I paid $40 for it and 50 for this. So I actually $90 for the two. Yep, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it, buddy. You better go to bed, man. You got to work in the morning. And then this one here, Saber, Japan. It was all rusted. It's a carbon steel blade. Early 70s, probably possibly 1970. Saber, Japan. Oiled it up, cleaned it up. It had rust on everything. Now it's a pocket-worthy knife. But I got it free. And then this last one here, this is an Imperial advertisement knife. Lawson Products Company. It's got a half stop. Good snap to it still. Imperial, USA. Both got half stops. Free. The best deal, free. Saber had some sweet looking knives. Yeah, they did. You know, and the Japanese make a great knife, you know. And they've always made great knives, you know. A lot of people turn them down because they think they're like China, old school China, Pakistanish, you know what I mean? And they're not, really. I mean, the bladesmiths over there are top notch. It's a double blade jackknife trapper. This will be in my pocket. I sharpened it, so it's pretty damn sharp. It was dull as shit when I got it, full of rust. I'll do a little more sanding to the blades, get them shining a little more, but it's got oil on it now. But works great. Love it. This one here, I don't know. I might sell it in a flea market or something. But it's pretty cool to have the box with it from the 70s, you know. All these are from the 70s. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, and then he's got more knives too. He's got another Western, you know, with the handle on it like the buck, the old school Western trail guides or whatever they call them. I'm gonna go get that from him next. So he's got a box with about 12 more knives in it. So he said they're mine. He says when I get the money, just come and get them. So I wanted to show him off tonight. That's why I went live. You too, Jeff. God bless, brother. We'll see you on Sunday. I'll be live Sunday at 8:30. Don't know what I'm making yet, but I'll let you know. I'll let everybody know. Where's Cliff and Paul hiding? This is a buck 121 from 1975. Never been used. I got it for $50 today. Got the paperwork and everything. Original box. That's what the guy paid for it new. $18.95. All the paperwork's here. Limited warranty. Use and care of your buck knife. It looks like two cards that are identical. Word from the President of Buck Knives. A word from the President of Buck Knives. This your first buck knife, welcome aboard. You're now part of a very large family. Although we talking about a few million people, we still like to think that each of our users and members of the Buck Knives family and take personal interest in the knife that was bought. With normal use, you should never have to buy another. Now that you are family, you might like to know a little more about the organization. The fantastic growth of Buck Knives Incorporated was no accident from the beginning. Management determined to make guidance the senior partner. In a crisis, the problem was turned over to him, and he hasn't failed to help us with the answer. Each knife must reflect the integrity of management, including our senior partner. Sometimes we fail on our end because we are human. We find it imperative to do our utmost to make it right. Of course, to us, besides being senior partner, he is our Heavenly Father also. And it's a great blessing to us to have the security in these troubled times. If any of our troubled or perplexed or looking for answers, may we invite you to him, for God loves you. Al Buck. Chuck Buck's father. Hoyt Buck's kid. Yep. So, hey, for $50, man, sold. Hey, they still stand behind their products. Without a doubt. I've been collecting buck knives since the late 60s. And I'm still collecting them. You know, they got the forever warranty on them. Buck 121 USA. That's a 75 stamp. Yeah, this here's something else. I decided to take this one over the other one because I collect fillet knife, fish and fillet knives. He's got about 5 more fish and fillet knives I'm going to get from him too. He's got like 4 really rare ones. I can't remember the name of them, but I'll show them as I get them. This makes number 17 now. I have 17 fishing fillet knives from all around the world. Piece of American history there. That's what I need. What, one of these? Schrade? Or Western, I mean? The Western? I really love this fucking knife here, though, man. I really love this knife. I love a good saber, man. This is a good saber. Solid bolsters. Solid knife. I'll carry this thing for a while. I gotta find me the slip to put in it. Put it in. Let me see what I got. Oh yeah, I got plenty of fillet knives, that's for sure. I'll put it this Jerry Shelby knife guy. It's soft. Soft gator slip. There we go. I'll keep it in that for about a week. Oh, yeah. Gordino, I knew he'd pop in. I told you. And Cliff at the same time. Man, you guys must be sleeping with each other. What up, Cliff? You guys came from another live, didn't you? I got some new carries today. 1975, the Buck 121. And sorry, Paul, it doesn't have no super steels in them. I'm sorry, buddy. This is the Western camping fisherman knife from 1970. 1970. I mean, look at the sheath, man. It's like mint. The whole thing's like mint. Guy never used it. W764. Camping fisherman knife. It's got the number 2 on it. I didn't even notice that. That's actually stamped on there, number 2, on the brass pin. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Is it the second one made? Is it worth a lot of money? I paid $40 for it today. Yes, sir, Bob. Bob Plastic Wrap, what up? I got you, Cliff. I'm just messing with you, man. It's just funny when you just both pop up at the same time. I knew you guys were intimate on the phone. Ah, that's funny. I'm sure you haven't gotten your package yet, Cliff. Yeah, this saber here, this is nice. Free. Best deal yet. This one was free. And I tell you what, man, these are underappreciated knives, Saber brand from Japan. I mean, they're really great knives. And this thing being a 1970, man, it's just like crazy nice. No cracks in it. Spade blade. Two-bladed jackknife, it's called. Trapper style. I'll send you this one, Paul. You'll appreciate this. In the case from the 70s. Made in China. Hey, I told the guy, I'll take it, man. You got the box for it, I'll take it. If you didn't have the box, I would have said, nah, you can keep it. But since it's got the box from the 70s, you know, what the hell? I paid 50 for this one. That's my kind of deal. The guy paid originally for this $18.95 in 1975. That's what you get this knife for new back in 1975. Today you can't touch this. I got it for 50 bucks. It was still a deal. I mean, these are going for like 150 to 175 on eBay right now. And I got the box with the paperwork. Original price tag on it. Yep, I got a 119. I got the 121 here. I got the 120 in there, which is the bigger knife. The biggest one, actually. And I have the 119. I have the 117. And I have the 103. So I've got a few more to go yet to have them all. And I'll have them all this year. I decided to get all the 119 series knives this year. Once I get them all, then I'm going to start getting them in the Magna Cut and all the different... They actually make these knives in Magna Cut. In their custom shop, they make them. You can get Magna Cut on the 119 series knives. My blade looks much different. Oh yeah, 119. It's way different. This ain't a 119. But they're the 119 series knives. That's what they all fall under the same category. See, this is the ballistic nylon. This is the 119 here. I had one with the leather sheaths, but I'm going to get another one with the leather sheath. But this has got the brown micarta too. This is the 119. And then this is the 121. That's the 121. This is the 120. My brother-in-law gave this to me for Christmas. He said, "Merry Christmas." It's all beat up. I'll get a new one of these days. That's the 120 and the 121. So, you know, by numbers. Here you got the 121 fish and fillet. The 120. This is the 119. This is my commemorative buck. buck knives. Oh, this is the 103. Hold on. I want to show you this one first. But this is the 116. No, 118. The 118. And this is the Boone and Crockett commemorative knife. It's got the wildlife conservation on the blade. Boone and Crockett on the handle. So yeah, that's the 118. This is my favorite little skinning knife here. This is the 103. This is my favorite one, the 103. So I got that one brand new. This one's new, old stock, new old stock. And I bought these two off that same fellow tonight, from last night. I bought this one from him last year, and I bought this one from him this year. Actually yesterday. What up, Barber? 120 with a lanyard hole mod. Yep. Like this old one here, I might resurface this blade and maybe put a lanyard hole in it. Or I might take this completely apart and put a whole new handle on it after I resurface the blade. And then I'll get a new one for my collection. But yeah, yep, I got all them, and then I've got other buck fix blades that I've collected too. My favorite, my number one prized possession actually, in the whole buck family. First I got this one at an antique store last year. This is a buck. And they have this in an orange camel and a brown camel, and then it's black. So I want to get all three of these, but these are from the 80s. And this thing's like almost, I mean, it's not flawless, but it's close. Not flawless, but you can tell it's slightly used, but it's well taken care of. This is the 470. Nice rubberized handle on it. No slip grip handle. It's got two choils on it right up front there, choking up. Nice little plastic sheath. That's just what they came with in the 80s. Then this is the newest one I got. You guys remember I modded it. It came with the orange scales, so I took the scales and I made them into liners. Sanded them down to an 1/8 inch thick, made liners out of them. And then I put my own burlap micarta on the handles. Y'all remember me modding this knife? Some of you probably remember it. I got probably a few more over there, but this is my grail here. This is my number one buck knife right here. Out of all the buck knives I own, over my fixed blades and my folders, this is my favorite right here. I got this for my anniversary present a couple years ago in Havelock, North Carolina. Yeah, I'll probably make a better sheath for that. Just in case I want to carry it. But yeah, this is the elk dagger. The 970 elk dagger, custom shop by Wild Bill Cody. And This is limited edition. This is number 65 of only 250 made. So you can find, you might see one of these pop up once in a while on eBay. It's got the elk stag handle, the copper and brass and nickel silver bolster. You know, it's got a buffalo head hand carved into the elk stag. You can find one floating around once in a while on eBay for about 450 bucks. But this is my baby right here. This is my number one buck. I'll never get rid of it. Ever. Number 65 of 250. Oh, yeah. You're excited. I get my custom Aries bloom tonight. You got or you get? And what is an Aries? I have no idea. Is it sprout flowers or what? I'm just kidding, man. Is that like a Premier 69 Rockwell hardness folder or what? No more super chats till you ship my blades. No, you got them coming, brother. I'll give you the tracking number tomorrow. I got it's buried in my garage or in my truck. I got a bunch of shit I took out of the center console tonight, and I just piled it up on my truck seat. I'll have it for you tomorrow. Yep, I got this Imperial free too. It needs a little cleaning, but man, it's solid. American made, stainless steel. It's got half stops and bolt blades. Works perfect. Little advertisement knife. Imperial was known for doing the advertisement knives. Larson products, if you know who they are. Fasteners and parts. I used to use Larson Tapcons for doing steel stud and drywall back in the day. They make Tapcon screws and Tapcon nails for the Hilti gun for shooting them into the concrete. This was free, and so was the Chinese made folding knot, man, in the package, in the box from 1970. I didn't really want it, but since he had the box, I said, oh, you got the box, I'll take it. Why not, man? I'll just put it in my collection. I'll leave it in the box until somebody wants to see it. Yeah, this is the Camper's Fisherman knife from Western, 1975. Mint shape, never used. This is the W 164, 764. Camper's Fisherman knife. It's for like doing bluegills and crappie, you know what I mean? Blade flexes. It's a mini fillet knife. I mean, look at that sheath, man. They're going to scratch on it. I put 2 coats of carnauba cream on it earlier yesterday. Man, look at that thing. It's never been carried, man. Never. So, yeah. It's Boone and Crockett. Put that back in its sheath. So I'm slowly starting to get the Buck 119 series knives. I want to get them all. I helped my brother-in-law get them all. After I gave him $110,000 fucking dollars, he went and bought them all. I bought them out. This is the big one here. That's probably a 9.5-inch blade. Without getting the tape out. somewhere around there. 8 3/4, 9.5, maybe somewhere around there. And this one's got the ballistic nylon sheath. I used to have one. I don't know. I think when I was on drugs, somebody came and one of the ex-girlfriends, or squeezes, I should say, stole it right out of my fucking table, like they did my class ring that I got back 8 years later. Took it into a pawn shop, and the pawn lady called me, and asked me if it was mine. I had to describe it, and she said, "Yep, that's it." She sent it to me in the mail down in Springfield, Illinois. The girl lived down there. One of my one night flings stole it right out my bedside table. I guess she wanted more than sex that night. Yeah, sorry, Barbara. Uh, my wild days when women were just a toy. I've had my share of them, that's for damn sure. I wasn't the shy guy. I was the one that danced with every woman on the dance floor in the bar. Every woman. If they danced on the dance floor, I was with them. I used to cut a rug back in the day, man. I still can't. I'm not shy, that's for sure. Never was. I told my brother, why be shy? You know? What's the worst a woman can do to you but say no? You know what I mean? Both my brothers, they married their high school sweethearts. Not me, man. I didn't want nothing to do with them. Use and abuse. That's what I wanted to do with them. Use them and abuse them. In my wild drug and drunk days. So yeah, there's the grill right there. That's the Buck fixed blade grill. I don't care. Out of all the fixed blades Buck ever made, even that survival knife they made with the two forks on it. I mean, no, that's nothing like this. I mean, this is the grill Buck fixed blade right here. I call that the Buck grill. If you got a Buck collection, you got to have this knife right here. Because there's only 250 made. And it made in the custom shop for Buck when they first started doing the custom shop. Wild Bill Cody made this knife. That's what his name was. You can look him up. Google Wild Bill Cody Buck Custom Shop. See what comes up. Apparently, Paul said. What's that? Apparently. What I was talking about with the women? Good trout knife? Which one's that? This one here? The Western? Camper and fisherman knife. This will skin a trout no problem. It's a fillet knife. But, you know, around here we can skin trout. We got trout, salmon, Lake Michigan. And we've got some trout running once in a while in our local river here. They're hard to come by once in a while. But once in a while you can catch one. But mostly bass, crappie, bluegill, walleye. But yeah, she'll get you in and out of the woods, that's for sure. Tony Tiger said it first. Yep. I guess Big Jim don't want to come around anymore. He ain't even lurking anymore. He don't care about my channel anymore. He don't even put that leather mat up that I made him anymore. He don't care. He just one of them guys that just gave up. Don't care. And if you're lurking right now, Big Jim, that's how I feel. I feel like you don't care. Barlow Brigade Jim. Just don't come around anymore. Worm maker. This is a honker here, man. Big old trapper. That's a full-handed knife there. Company out of Texas. Warmaker Incorporated. Matador, Texas. That'll spay a cow right there, buddy. Show us the custom buck. This one right here by Wild Bill Cody, custom shop. It's the 970. There's only 250 of these made. And it's made by Wild Bill Cody from the custom shop of Buck. You can see here, I got number 65 out of 250. So this is elk stag, hand carved out of elk stag. No two are alike. It's got a steer head, hand carved in the stag. It's got copper, brass, and nickel silver bolster. And it's all nickel silver finished. Jimping all the way around it. Buck. Custom USA. This is my grill knife right here. This is, out of all the bucks, I probably own about 100 bucks. Close to about 100 buck knives. This is my number one right here. My wife bought it for our anniversary 2 years ago in Havelock, North Carolina, at an antique store. You can find one floating around once in a while on eBay for around 400 to 450 bucks. No, not really. I just keep an eye on them. You know, I mean, they're stainless steel. This thing, I've had this 2 years and haven't really touched it. You know what I mean? But I keep an eye on them. If anything's remotely close to looking unsat, I'll take care of it. But I do. I take them out of my showcase like every month or so and clean them. But I play with them a lot. I got 3 shelves there full of fixed blades and pocket knives. That's just one of my cabinets. But yeah, my wife says they got a knife store in here, and I could open a knife store. I got over 1,000 knives. Yeah, it's kind of like a obsession to wipe them down all the time, or an OCD thing. You know, stainless steel, you don't really have to wipe them down. I mean, the main thing is with the carbon blades. You know, if you fit carbon fixed blades, putting them in the sheath, that retains the moisture, and that really gets them. So all my custom knives that I have, all the ones that I've made from high carbon steel, they're down there in their sheaths. All these ones down here in the bottom, them are all my knives, and they're all carbon steel, so they all either a Teflon coating on them or oil. They stay in the sheaths. They get Teflon or oil on them. That's the only knives you got to worry about is the high carbon steel ones when they're in the sheaths. But the stainless, no, you don't have to worry about touching them. You know, there's like Well, these have high carbon in them too. They're 428C. But I keep an eye on them. I clean them at least once a month because I'm constantly getting dust in my case. So I take them all out and dust them. And I'm ready for another dusting. I need to do that. Thanks lots. Appreciate it. Hit the like button. Everything helps out. Super chat, super stickers, you name it. What oil do I like? I'm not particular. I've got gun oil that I use, and I got Teflon spray for guns. You know, I use the Remington gun oil. I just give it a light spray. I've got an oil here that I put them on a lot of my folders. Where'd it go? It's sitting here somewhere. It might have fell down. Yeah, there it is. It did. It fell down. Here's a thicker viscosity. You know, a high viscosity or low viscosity, I should say. It's a little bit thicker. See here, like my custom knives I make, like it's 1084 steel, so I'll put some oil on it, and it's a thick oil. See that? It doesn't even run. So I just give it a couple wipes, put it back in there. Kodiak edge, it's mine. It's got the carved spine and ironwood scales. And then my custom lock back that I made here. Burlap micarta, all brass. Kodiak edge. It's 1084 too. I put a little oil on that. So yeah, I keep my knives oiled. You know, my high carbon steels. I keep them oiled. Got a little vine pattern on the top of the blade there. But yeah. I got another big gem knife coming. I got this one from Deep South last week, and I got another one last night. The one coming last night is a like a black and white one he did. And then I did this one. These knives all start out white like this. And Jim, he takes them and stains them and hits them with a torch, gives them a different effect. And that's what I did with this one. I didn't want to do both sides. I wanted to leave this side original, and then I jigged this side and stained it. Then I hit it with a torch and wiped it. These are fun knives to modify because they're easy to take apart. They're all hex screws, torque screws, so they come right apart. They're easy to work with. I might take this apart and carve the spine. In fact, I ought to do that tonight. Maybe I'll do that right now, live. Show you how I carve a spine. I might take Jim's apart, carve the spine, and then send it back in a picture and show him what I did to it. Yeah. What's the cost for these? They're Billy's selling them on Deep South Cutlery's live Facebook auction every Monday and Thursday nights. Just go to Deep South Cutlery on YouTube. They got a YouTube channel, and they show you the previews every Monday afternoon and Wednesday and Thursday afternoon before the lives on Facebook. And you just bid on them. But most of these I'll sell for like $60. But you can buy this farmhand from Bear & Son for like $45. And Jim takes them and custom mods them, and then Billy auctions them off every week. It Bear & Son, made in America. I mean, they're good knives. They're a farmhand, just like a side buster, you know. They got the pocket clip on them. They're locked back. That's what I like about them. So I got another one coming, so I'll have 3 of them when the other one shows up. It's a black smoke gray. No, not smoke gray. It's black and white. Kind of looks like the way Jim did it. Looks like like buffalo. It looks pretty cool. So I'll have 3 of them now when that one shows up. And then I'm gonna buy some more, I think, and custom mod some more myself. I might buy half a dozen of them and custom them and put them in my eBay store so you guys can get one from me if you want to get one done from me. Alabama made. There's Jerry. What's up, knucklehead? In this fine Jerry Shelby knife guy slip. That knucklehead that just showed up in the live chat, he makes these. If you want to check out his work, go to his YouTube channel, subscribe to him, and check out Jerry's slips. He's currently doing them out of baseball gloves. He's making slip out of baseball gloves. This one he did out of gator. So I figured I'll carry this saber for a week or so before I get bored with it. In it. And let me see what else. Where'd it go? Did I leave it upstairs? Oh, here it is. He made me this slip too. I had to have the Bart Simpson. He does all the cartoon characters. I got this one, and where's my other one? I got a Roadrunner. You know, cartoons and shit that I used to watch when I was a kid, the Roadrunner. It's somewhere around here. It's probably on my other table. This one's got my Victorinox Elmax in it. That's from Jerry too. So check him out, guys. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't. You can talk to him right here in the chat right now. Jerry Shelby, the knife guy. Woody Woodpecker I got from you. Yeah. Let me see if I can find that damn thing. Hold on, I think it might be back here somewhere. Under my pile of shit. If not, it's upstairs. Yeah, I think it's upstairs sitting on the table. Yeah, I don't have it down here. But I got a couple more from him here. He made me this one, USA, dragon on it. Handcrafted by Jerry Phillips. I was in the Navy, so he put an anchor on it for me and G-Man. Then this one here, I told him about this new technique of making leather look pearlized green. Then he made me this one. He knows I'm full of love, see? So I got a little collection from Jerry. Yeah, I got the Woody Woodpecker upstairs somewhere. That's got my IXL in it. Thought I had it up down here somewhere. Maybe it's in here, I don't know. Probably not. But this is a EDC bag that I make. I make these and sell them. No, it's not in here. I got my challenge coin in a zipper pouch. Little Victorinox, and I got my Kershaw leak here and a buck custom folder here. I'm going to start making a bunch of these and selling them on my eBay store. All my links are in my description if you want to check out my store. I make slips as well. Here's one that I made for my custom shop, Victorinox. I'm part Irish, so my wife bought this for me for Christmas. Slipner mineral knife. This custom sheath for it. And then I make sheaths out of paracord. This is a horizontal carry for a Victorinox knife. In fact, I make a lot of these neck knife sheaths out of Kydex, and I got a Victorinox in it. I can make these sheaths for just about any folding knife. It don't matter if it's new or old stock. I can make a neck knife sheath for just about any folder knife. I can make them for this. And any folding knife I can make a Kydex sheath for. Here's another one. These are both Victorinox. This is the old school Victorinox here. It's got a button lock on it. So I like making neck knife sheaths for my Victorinoxes. Makes it easier to carry them on your chest. These here, you can buy them directly from me right now. I mean, and then you just PayPal me, Venmo me, or buy them on my eBay store. I don't have any yet. I just made these last week, and I haven't made any. I got to buy more Kydex. This is the last of my Kydex I had laying around. But I got an order of Kydex coming, so. But if you got a specific, this is called carbon fiber Kydex. It looks like carbon fiber, but it's not. It's just Kydex. But I can get this in any color. This is the ODE green. But mostly they have it in black and OD green. But if you want something for any knife, I mean, if I don't have the knife, you'd have to send it to me. I got a lot of knives, most common knives. But when it comes to the newer modern folders, I don't have a lot of them. I'm more of a traditional guy. But if you want something made for any one of your knives, I just have you send it in to me. You know, send it to me. I got a couple knives coming from guys now. I got a buck 110. I got a mod for a guy. And get that done for him. So he's sending that in to me, and you know, and it's easier to mold the Kydex, of course, to the knife if I have the knife. I mean, I'm not going to go out and buy a $250 knife. You'd have to send it in. But so I want to buy a Slipner hunting knife. Who's Slipner? Never heard of him. Is that like overseas or? Is this what you're talking about wanting to buy? The neck knife sheath? Yeah, I get a lot of guys come in here and say they want to buy this and buy that, and then they tell me they'll email me, and then I never hear from them again. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's up to you. I'm not hurting for work. I'm retired. I do this for a hobby. So, but I generally please everybody I make something for. Kind of iron. And what country is that from? Is it Scandinavian? Switzerland? Finland? Turkey? He's from Turkey? Okay. Well, first of all, yeah, K340. All right. Yeah, first of all, you'd have to pay for the shipping here and pay for the shipping back. So that'll probably set you back about $50 right there. I mean, if you're serious about it, you just get my email. It's in the link in my description. Email me if you're interested in getting something custom done. I even make puko knives, custom knives of all sorts. But I'm part finished, so I like making the puko knives. I'll show you my last puko knife I made. Here's another one that I made for a gas station knife. But here's a puko knife. This is my last build right here. Old school from the late 1800s. This is the kind of clip that they had, dangler clip on the pukos. And then I made the whole thing, the blade and all, you know. And this is stacked birch bark, and it's got brass inlay on the handle. This is made out of 1084 high carbon steel. I got some shit on the blade, I gotta clean it off. But yeah, this is old school finish. Finland, this is what they're known for, is the puko knife. That's one of my favorite knives to build. Man, I got a stack of knives going here, boy. Is it still K340? No. I use high carbon steels here, mostly. 1084, 1095. I don't do stainless. I'm not set up for it. I build knives from high carbon steels. One day I'll get set up for it. I actually would like to make some knives out of high powdered steels. I'm studying on it now, studying the heat treatment processes on a lot of the different powdered metal steels. Who's George? Alaskan Wild George? I changed my username, Cliff. This is the Alaskan Boys. Cool. Yeah, I remember seeing you, Alaskan Boys. You were in here before. I make Bowie knives, yep. And I can make Arkansas toothpicks as well. Actually, I have a Bowie knife I started. Let me see where it's at. I got it shaped, and I made the guard for it the other day, so it's going to be a full tang knife, and I got my stamp on it. It's annealed right now. That's why it's the bluish color, because I had to soften the metal so I can drill the holes in the handle. But I'm getting ready to heat treat it, and then I'm getting ready to put a handle on it. But this is a Bowie I'm doing for myself. So I'm wanting to finish that here real soon. How much the Puco? Well, there's a lot of work that goes into these, especially these old schools. And if you want this here, you're looking at a $400 knife. You can possibly buy them cheaper from Finland, but the way our economy is here, this is a $400 knife all day. It's a lot of work. This is a wood. It's got wood inside here. It's all molded. The furlough, I made that from brass tin. This is a solid piece of brass here, and it's peened on. But the more detail, I can make a basic Puco, the more modern style for around 250, 275. But this style here with the brass and all, it's $425 knife all day. Gotta get going. Good night, evening. Yep, you too, Alaskan Wild. God bless, brother. Thanks for coming in again. I appreciate it. Later, bro. Oh, later, bro. Later, bro. I'm gonna talk to you later, Alaskan. Thanks. Oh, yep. You understand the English. 400 for one like that. You can get a basic one for me for about 250, 275 with the more modern handle on it. Kind of like the handle of the buck. And basically, I'll tell you right now, I'll take as an example the buck 119. This whole knife was Puco inspired. You know, when Hoyt Buck first designed and made this knife, or was it Al Buck? I think Al Buck designed this knife. When he designed this knife, he went after the traditional Puco style handle and blade style. And then he added the guard, and the fuller. He wanted the Puco Hence Bowie style knife. When he designed it, Al Buck. Yeah, they're handmade knives and they're not cheap, brother. You know. Try to buy a handmade one from Sabenza. I'm not talking about his produced Sabenzas. I'm talking about a handmade Sabenza. And you can get a handmade Sabenza, but you're going to wait 4 years to get it from him. And it's going to cost you every bit of about $3,800. So you can appreciate something handmade like this for $400. You can get the mass-produced, the manufactured Sebenzas for $500-600, and that's a mass-produced knife. This is all handmade. But like I said, if you want a handmade Sebenza by the man himself, you're looking at like $3,800 and about 4 years of wait time. But yeah, you know what, I kind of like the ballistic. They're nice for actually hunting in. You know, it takes the wear and tear off the leather. But I do favor the leather sheaths. This is my favorite buck sheath ever made right here. I don't really care for these side snap ones. You know, I do love these old school 70s sheaths with the top flap, and that's what this is. And this thing's in mint shape, man. I mean, this thing's probably, yeah, this is 1975 sheath right here. I mean, this is my favorite leather sheath from buck. You know, and this one ain't bad here, but it doesn't really protect the knife, and this is more of a collector knife anyway, so I don't really care. You know, but I do like a sheath like this when it comes to showing off the blade, you know, or the handle. But yeah, buck knives with leather sheath are match made in heaven. Oh yeah, I mean, I agree. You know, and I got a lot of bucks with ballistic nylon too. Even some of the old school traditional folders in ballistic nylon. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than a traditional old school buck leather sheath, and that's what this is 100%. And then they came out with the newer style here with the side snap. Not that you could snag this in the woods and unsnap it, you know what I mean? This is less likely, you know, worn on the right side to be unsnapped in the woods. That's the reason why they came up with them sheaths. They don't, you know, guys would bend over or something and these things would pop open. Or they'd run into something like twigs and branches and, you know, a little pole in the front there. It'd come open. So they eliminated that by making the side snap, which is, you know, any right-handed knife. If you look at this is a right-handed knife sheath, but this is backwards. This should be facing that way, because when you're walking in the woods, you're walking this way. The knife's traveling that way, and that can snap open. But this is a collector's knife, so it don't matter to me. You know? So, but yeah, this is my favorite style of sheath by far. Yeah, I'm not going to wear this in the woods. It's a collector's thing, you know. I'll get a newer buck for that with the sheath like this. But yeah, I can make these Kydex for just about any folding knife that you got. Guys like to wear knives on their chest, or they wear a knife in each pocket and gotta have one on their chest too. I got you covered. Yeah, you can make these for just about any folding knife or any fixed blade. It doesn't have to be, you know, a certain knife to make them, because this Kydex will mold around anything shape. And I could do it with leather too. I can make knife sheaths out of leather. I just mold the leather just like I would for something like this. You know, this is all wet mold. Need to put all these back real quick. Getting too many piled up here. That's my new one there, Jerry, if you're still lurking. He probably left and went to sleep already. I don't need all these piled up all over my desk here. Come on, man. Oh, this is my wet molded Buck 112 sheath for a custom Buck 112 I did. I made this micarta out of a Scotch-Brite pad. Kind of looks like marble. Then I carved a spine on it. Got a vine pattern on the spine. But yeah, I think I put my name on this one too. Yeah, I it's my name on it, Kodiak Edge. But yeah, so this is wet molded to the knife, and then I got my flashlight in it. My EDC flashlight. Asking about buying a Puko. Who's that? That Huron Omez? Darth Vader slip? That's going to be cool. I got to get a whole collection of slips from you, Jerry, from all the cartoon characters. I got to get Goofy and Charlie Brown and Snoopy and all of them from you, brother. You better keep buying them stamps for them. Each one you make, I'll take off of you. The next package, send me a slip, a cartoon slip. We got to make a knife trade. I don't know what knife you want, but you know. I'm kind of missing my case knives already. No stamp for what? You got to get it. Most of these are stamps, right? Is that what you how you do the leather? Oh, I might carry this one today when I wake up. I haven't carried it in a while. You just cannot keep this brass fucking polished, man. As soon as you polish it, it starts turning dull. So I just leave it. I'm done polishing brass. I'll polish them when they're new when I do them for customers. After that, it's their responsibility. Oh, you draw them? I'll be damned. Cool. Good. Then you can make me all the cartoon. I want a Snoopy. I want a Charlie Brown. I want a Fred Flintstone. You know, I want a Wilma. You know, I'll take a Wilma. Oh, I started that wrong. You know, Wilma. Make sure you put some big boobies on her though too. Oh, oops, sorry. Sorry, Barbara. uh, oh, that's funny. Big old more maker. Where in the hell is this your slip, Jerry? I mean, is that a turkey? Is that turkey feet? Looks like turkey feet. Somebody made that slip. Did you put this lanyard on there? Or did this whole thing come like it when you got it? Squish me. Squish me. Rocky, what's up, man? What's up, suck ass? Squish me. What is this from? Gaga Max. Skeechers. Let's come in a pair of Skeechers. Yeah. You gotta make Chef Rocky slip with and draw Chef Rocky on it, Jerry. Send Chef Rocky a slip. I'm sure he's got a Jack Wolf knife he can put in it. Georgia Adventure. Oh, no shit. Georgia Adventure made that? And I think I seen this knife. He showed it on a short video, didn't he? Has he got it in short? I'll go look it up right now. Yeah, Randy. I know who he is. I watch. He got the story time on Fridays. He had a story time yesterday. Yep. He's a great guy, man. I enjoy watching him. Just when he starts talking about the Bible, that's when I turn him off. I am a man of God. You know I'm a man of God, but I don't like anybody preaching the gospel to me. I follow and read the Bible myself. That's the way it should be. You know, we all know as good Christians what to do. We don't need to listen to the gospel. In fact, my favorite quote is, "Dear Lord, save me from your followers." But man, yeah, he's a wonderful, wonderful guy, without a doubt. A handle I made on the bigger knife. This one here you talking about? No, this is one of my new finds today. A 1970 Western camper fisherman fillet from 1970, mint shape. This is the W764 Charade USA. No, Western USA. Western Knife Company. Now, I don't know why there's a number 2 stamped on this brass pin, but I need to find that out why. I just wondered if this is the second one made. Could be. Man, the Sheath from 1970. Look at this thing. Rock solid, mint shape. Pretty much. I got this today for $40. Can't beat that. Did you say you were sending that to me? Oh no, you're not getting that clip. Sorry, man. I got a fish and fillet knife collection. You know that. And every fillet knife that I get that's worthy of my collection stays with me. Now, when I decide to pull the plug, I'll probably be selling 1,000 knives, 1,000 plus knives, and they'll be up for grabs for the highest bidder. Bought a Gen 4 Glock 17, 298, $298. Well, that's cool. I can mold you a sheath. There's the Glock Gen 4 right there. That's the plastic. That's not a real gun, YouTube, so don't ban me. That's not real. That's a dummy for making that. That's for making gun holsters. YouTube's funny about that with lives. If they see a real gun, they'll shut you down right now. That is not real. That's a mold for making sheaths or gun holsters. But that's the Gen 4 right there. I can make you a holster for it with Kydex or leather. And if they shut me down, I understand. They shut me down before for showing that thing. But I had it in my hands. That's why I dropped it on the table. Put it up. Here they come. No, you know, I contested it last time that they took my live down for that. I contested it and they found me innocent. So they put my live back up. That's not a real gun. You know, they got people watching and they can hear me right now. That is not real. That's a mold for making holsters. You know, I got plenty of them. I got the Glock Gen 4 right there with the TTO. That's for the TTO scope or laser light underneath the gun. So I can make one with a TTL laser light. In fact, I'll put this thing back away off the camera. But yeah, that's for making holsters. That's all right. Now that that's taken care of, $298. You stole the gun. That's easily a $575 to $600 gun. No, it's not bad at all. $500 all day. Cop surplus, go burr. That's cool. I remember the cops. They always carried for their service pistol. They'd carry the 45 ACP, and then they went to the no, they started out carrying 9 millimeters. Well, when I was a kid in the 70s, they carried 380s and 38s revolvers, and then they went to the 357 Smith and Wessons, a lot of them, and then they went to the Smith and Wesson or the Colt 9 millimeters, and then they went to the 45 ACP, and then they just recently went back to the 9 millimeters again. And the reason behind it is because less muzzle rise than the 45. Even though the 45's got more stomping power, it'll stop them a lot quicker, but not much. And for the capacity, the impact of the bullet between the 45 and 9, there ain't much difference, to tell you the truth. And there's a hell of a lot more muzzle climb with the 45, so they went back to the 9 because they knew they'd get more shots on target with the 9. And they fit more in the double stack mags with the 9. So most all cops today are carrying the 9 millimeter. I make leather holsters for any pistol you got. I got one right here that I made. My Western. Let me take the phone off. Holsters. Oh, yeah, I make holsters. If it's made from leather or kydex, I can make it. That's all you need to know about me. I can make this sheath. I made this sheath. I can make just about any sheath. My uncle, that was a law officer, always said a good 9mm bullet with a well-placed shot will do the trick, but not like the fucking 870 in the trunk. Oh yeah, you know what I have next to my bed? A Remington 870. That's what I have next to my bed. And my 45 and yes, my 870 has it has 4-aught tungsten in it. And if you know anything about tungsten, you know the bird shot for goose. Tungsten shot, it'll penetrate Kevlar vests at point blank range. M1 carbine, the old World War II there. I have my 300 blackout right there. And it's like, so I don't mess around when it comes to either knives or guns. I made a career out of them in my early days. Or I should say I had a 4-year career with them in my early days. Bob, you know, we got, you never know, Bob. We got coyotes here and shit, and I got a lot of animals around here, so I'm constantly shooting them, and them and coons. They piss me off. I take them out. Ivor Johnson, it does plenty for well poking in the woods. Yep, yep. So does my AK and my SKS. They do a good job too. And believe it or not, that fucking blackout subsonic rounds in it puts a whopping on something just like a fucking SKS or AK-47 7.62 by 39. I'll take it over. I'll take that 300 over a NATO round any day. Yep, them fucking knives, them old school knives, or not knives, but rifles, man. We did rifle aerobics with them in the military, in boot camp, that's for sure. Yeah, I was forced to keep one above my head for 15 minutes while doing jumping jacks. And it wears your ass out. Now, why does my life keep coming in and out? You guys notice that? My life coming in and out? Three things I live by: guns, God, and guitars. Or I should say it this way: guitars, guns, and God. That's the three things I live by. And knives. That's the last thing I live by. But Knives are probably my biggest passion. Well, that and bass fishing, bass and walleye fishing. I travel the world doing all of them. Yeah. Well, that M1 is like almost 14 pounds fully loaded. M1 carbine, M1 Garand. That's some bitches are heavy, boy. Every bit of 14 pounds. And then SKS ain't really too light either. That's why the AK-47 took its place because they wanted a shorter, more compact rifle that didn't weigh as much. And I noticed the difference between the two of them when I shoot them by far. Two square mags in the stock, six, yeah. The M1 carbine, but not the Garand, right? I think I'm thinking about the Garand. I can't remember the specs on it, but I don't. I think the Garand is pretty heavy. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I actually shot one in the military. That's the last time I shot one. Is in the early '90s. I never shot one in my civilian life. We used to have practice on the fantail of the ship. We'd throw out buoy markers and we'd shoot them with the M1 Garand. But we had them locked and loaded on the ship. We needed them, But we also had everything else that we carried too. All the more modern rifles, we had them all. 50, 60, we had them all. Uh, so, anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd show you my two newest knives. The Buck 121 that I just put away, and then this one here. I got them both for $90. Can't beat that. Hell, you can't even buy that 121 for less than 150 now on eBay. You could find some beat up ones for lesser than that, but I only paid $50 for it in the box from 1975. This was $40. I just love this handle, man. I think this is so cool. I'm gonna have to make one like it. I'm gonna have to redo this knife in my own style. Maybe I'll go live and make a fish and fillet knife. You all can watch me make it. I'm still proud of my case cheetah with stacked scales for $70. That's a good steal. My brother-in-law just bought one. I had him here for the Deep South Cutlery Facebook Live auction, and he picked one up off of Billy for $350. Hell, even them new ones that they got out, the new small ones, I'm selling bitches for $125 to $175, depending on the scales on them. So yeah, you get a damn good shaped cheetah for $70. You stole that thing. Old Western fillet knife. My grandfather carried one in his fishing gear. Wish I knew what became of it. Yeah, this is what this is. This is called a camper's fisherman knife. I mean, this was you know, a smaller fillet knife, but it's perfect for, in your camping. You wanna catch some bluegills and some crappies and eat them. or anything. I mean, you could fillet bass with this or walleye with it if you had be, you know. It's still got a nice flexible blade on it. But I don't think this one will ever get used in my fillet collection. I get a couple more of my fillets out. Oh, what do I got in here? This is one of my sheaths I made. Oh yeah, I got my other custom shop Victorinox in it. What the heck? I got little Asian beetles living inside my sheath. It's dead. But yeah, I made this sheath the other day. Little Velcro. Little ballistic nylon Velcro sheath I made. Little leather, decorative leather strap in the front. Might as well bring them all out. Now anybody knows I collect the opal knife. I've got every one of them, including this big bastard here. This thing's like 11 and it's like 19 and a half inches open. The blade's like 11 and a quarter. So I love my opals. And then this is a mushroom knife one for mushroom hunting. It's got the brush on the end of it. Just a couple of my opals. I just wanted to bring them out because here's my latest fillet knife right here. Opal just came out this. I think number 14, I think it's called. Number 15, yeah. Fisherman's fillet knife with the olive wood handle. So I just bought that fillet knife. Love it. Yeah, look at the blade on this thing, man. And it locks. This thing was $130. They're not cheap. Most expensive opal you can buy. Comes with a nice big box. Number 13. This is the number 15 they call. I don't know why it's smaller than this one, but he just ran out of numbers, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I use it for the holidays. It cuts all my Easter hams. Just used it on the Easter ham and Thanksgiving turkey and Christmas season. So there's my opal fillet. This is cool sheath. You can carry it horizontally or vertically. I carry it horizontally on my belt with them. And I'll be pulling this out maybe tomorrow or next day. It can be 80 degrees and go out and get some morel mushrooms. Morels are popping all over you right now, Paul. I don't know why you're not out getting them. But yeah, that's my mushroom knife. This is probably cut more than 300 pounds of just morels, and an easy 800-900 pounds of pheasants, pheasant tails, chanterelles. I get them every fall. Man, I love them. I love chanterelles more than I do the than the morels. But morel is my second favorite. Yeah, it works real good for the holidays, Paul. It's a special occasion knife, that's for sure. I mean, you wouldn't carry it on you. I should make a sheath for it and carry it on my side, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Make me a big old side sheath for it. See if anybody says anything. But I'm fine with the smaller ones now. A few people with them. Not hard to knock an edge that'll produce because rush to the hospital, right? I used to mushroom hunt. I just never feel worth the crap, so I don't do it anymore. Well, you got to get back into that live life mode, brother. Live the life mode. Where's the one I got out? Where the hell did it go? Oh, I buried it. Anyways, I'll start with the lesser. I just picked up a garage sale last fall. It's used and abused, but this one's a Fiscus. Yeah, I see a fillet knife, I get it, no matter what it is. Now that I'm collecting them, this one at a garage sale last summer, Charade. It's got a cool sheath on it, and this one here's the professional bass fillet knife. It's got a bass on the blade. See the bass there. Thought that was pretty cool. Graphite says on the badge there. But Charade USA GF65. That's a nice little addition. I think I paid $15 for it at the garage sale. Here's an old Rapala. This is actually one that I've used in a lot of fish. See, it's still got guts on it. I need to clean it because this is the one I use. I don't use any of these other ones. But it's in my collection. Now this one is my birth date here. This one is an original 1965 sheath and knife. And that's the year I was born. Martini, Finland. You know, again, Puukko knife, right? Like I showed earlier, it's typical Puukko knife from the finish. But this is a true 1965, handmade by J. Martini in Finland. Zooming works better. See that? J. Martini, Finland. Hand ground stainless steel. For Rapala Company. It's got the J. Martini here. Finland. It's your typical Puukko style knife. Made fillet knife. So if you own a Rapala fillet knife, you have a Puukko knife. Your grandfathers? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I grew up using these my whole life, you know what I mean? So who doesn't have one in a collection if you collect knives, right? Here's an old case. I picked this up this last fall. I can't remember from who, but it's an old case with a plastic handle on it. Gotta have a case fillet knife, right? Here's another J. Martini knife, Puukko style, but this is from his company, which is called the Normark Company, from Finland. Martini, Finland, Normark brand. And these are inexpensive. You can buy these new still from his company, but Jay Martini's passed away, but still his company here. Stainless steel. Martini, Finland. Normark company. It's got the Normark shield on the back. It's got a sharpening. Got a knife sharpener. Ceramic rods inside the sheath. Something a little different. And this one here. This is a sharp. I actually had to clean this really good. But the Sharp DF60 is called. Another different one, you know. I think Sharp might be Japanese, I'm not sure. I can't remember. And this one here is a Gape and Tackle Company. I remember these when I was young. Mora, Sweden. Kai knife Kai knife. My damn live keeps going in and out. I'm sorry about that, but my live keeps going in and out. I don't know why. But yeah, here's an old timer made in America that I got this last fall. Charade Plus USA 147 OT. It's the user, you know. I'll probably use it this summer, sharpen it up. It's got this plastic insert in this woven material. It's pretty cool, actually. And it's original because it says Charade right here on the button. I think I paid like $2 for it at a garage sale. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat the Martini knives, that's for sure. And I got this one, and the guy I got this knife from today, he's got another one of these, similar to this. Not quite this one, but it does have the bass on it. Cutco fish and fillet knife. He's got another Cutco of a different model, different year. I'm going to get that from him soon. It's just dusty, dirty. It's got the bass busting out of water there, Cutco. I used to sell these knives door to door back in the late 80s. The hell's on the handle there? Something engraved. Maybe somebody's initials. 763. So I got to get a sheath for it. I'll be looking on eBay for it. And then last but least here, because I live in Chicago. What? Now my live's going out again. I live near Chicago, so I got to have me a Chicago fish fillet knife. This is as seen on TV with Al Linder. And I've met him in person, and I have his first book he ever produced called Catching Fish. And he signed it for me. And this is signed by him. But they used to sell these door to door knife salesmen. They had a briefcase full of the Chicago Knife Company knives. And this company, Chicago Knife Cutlery Company, Chicago Cutlery, they made these in all different sizes. So this particular model here, the Traveler Companion, it's got a half stop in it. Look at that. Isn't that cool? The Traveler Chicago Cutlery. And they come in different sizes. This model number here is the F25B. They got like the F26 and F28, I believe, different sizes. This original package from like 1972 or somewhere around there. Early 70s, I know that. So, this is probably my favorite fillet knife out of all the ones I own. I want to get the rest of them, different sizes. So, that'd be it. Those are my fillet knives. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13. I got a couple more floating around here somewhere. I'm just looking in there to see if I got any more. I've got like 14 of them. A couple of them are somewhere else, I think. Yeah, I love this. I love this one here. Open. I just thought it was so cool when I bought this off of Deep South Cutlery. I think it was like $42, and I love olive wood, man. It's just beautiful wood. Clayton's in the house. What up, Clayton? I want to see some foraging, old man. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna. Now that it's getting warm out, because we're not as warm here as you, so we gotta wait. I'm actually gonna frame up and build myself a foraging shop because I can't be doing it in here anymore. Wife's complaining about the dust and the dirt and everything else. And it's going upstairs, and she says it's getting in her lungs. And so I'm gonna be framing up I got a concrete slab in the back on my property. All I got to do is frame her up, man, and get her rolling. You guys will watch me do that live, and now that it's getting warm here, it's gonna be 80 this weekend. Thank God, finally. Today was 50, 54 degrees, but yesterday was 75 degrees. So we're in and out of temperatures right now. But yeah, it's gonna be 80s. Probably no colder than 65 now. Coming in the spring here, and I'll be doing a lot of foraging in the warm weather here. I'm gonna start doing a lot of foraging here. I'll be doing that live, just like you, Clayton. But don't ever ask me to do Damascus because I can't see putting the time into it. I don't have a 20-ton pounder yet. Even if I do get one, though, I won't. That's just something you got to have a liking for doing. And I can't, myself personally, I can't. The time involved with it, you would have to charge what you're charging for them, and they're worth every penny of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just my patience on doing something that much time on one knife. It would get to me. You know what I mean? That's why I don't do Damascus, and I can do it. I can weld forward that metal. I know how, and I can get your basic Damascus patterns. I've done it at a buddy's shop, and it's just not my thing, man. And you love it, and you do an awesome job at it. And I love watching you do it. And that's why I never want to get on Forged and Fired because they force you to do at least one. And I know I'd come out with the worst Damascus blade out of all of them. I don't think they had an episode yet where they didn't make a Damascus knife, have they? But yeah. So this is a new find today. $40, man. 1975. Can't beat it. Or 1970. The buck 121 I got, that's a 1975. Look at that handle on that, Cliff. That's more your style, bro. Look at how curved that is there. You need to make one of these, brother. Look up the Western W764. They quit making these knives, so it's all game for you to make something like this. And I think I seen a handle that you did similar to it. That's cool. I want to replicate it myself, but I'll do a full thing, of course, and I'm sure you will too. But man, could you imagine that with another inch wider blade on it? That I mean, that would be badass. You know, all the way down to the bottom of this guard. That would be a badass knife. Yeah, I want to see you make this knife. Come on, you can do it. I need to have a knife challenge for the knife community, don't I? Give away a grand prize for it. You need to have a knife challenge, Cliff, and I'll get in yours. Clayton, I'll get in yours. For sure, I'll get in yours. And then you got to give away a Damascus knife that you make. Because I know I'll win it. If you have a knife challenge, I know I'll win it. I don't know if I'll beat your knife, but I know I'll win against everybody else. Because I'll be making that puko that I should have entered. Did you see that puko that I should have entered? I made that old school 1800 puko. I got it done, just not in time for that damn knife challenge. There it is here. Got the old school late 1800s brass dangler clip. You pull this washer down, you put it on your belt, and you squeeze it down and put it on. That came out in the late 1800s. This whole style is the late 1800s, and I made a furlue for it. And I put brass inlay in the handle in the stacked birch bark here. So I made the furlue and the brass cap in the back, and it's peened on. But this was supposed to be in that knife challenge, and I was gonna, if I would have had it done, I was gonna etch a floral pattern on the whole blade, kind of mix the flow of the inlay. But this is my first attempt doing that, so the next one I do, I know what I need to correct to get it even better. I better put the knife in there right. But yeah, see, most people in the knife community, they don't know that this is a thing of the Finnish people in Finland. That's pretty cool, man. It took me a while to do this, man. I got a good hour in it making this clip. It just bent brass. That's all it is. Bent brass rods slip right on your belt, and this ring keeps it from coming off your belt. Old school finish there, boy. Well, I like to think so sometimes. I love and kicking, but not perfection. Nobody. I'm yet to make the perfect knife. Every knife maker will tell you that. We're yet to make the perfect knife. But I think he fell asleep. He hasn't answered me yet. Cliff, wake up, Clayton. Oh, I wake up every morning and turn on my YouTube, and there he is. He got a short or a preview of a live or something popping up, and then I put my arrow on it, and his head's bouncing around in it. He puts a smile on my face first thing in the morning. Oh, I use Hawkbill's type blades. Do you have some? You use or have? I haven't actually made a hogbill yet, but I got several Klein tool pruning knives with hogbills on them in my folding collection. I'm yet to make a folder with a hogbill. This is my Barlow that I made, and then this is my lockback. Both knives I make. I'd like to do a lockback pruning knife with the hawkbill. That'd be cool. Wake up. Why don't you put on a little makeup while you leave the keys up on the table? Because I wanted to. I think it's time for you to go to bed, Paul. Oh, that's the song? Okay, yeah. All right, I got you. You're excused. That's funny. Wake up. Why don't you put on a little makeup? Yeah, I barely remember that song, but I can't remember. I remember hearing it. I just can't remember who sang it. So we got some new faces in here tonight. Is this your first time in here? For some of you? I can't either, yeah. I remember the song though. I do remember the words in it. Man, fucking turn my heater. Come on. For some reason I'm just fucking hot. Or cool. There we go. System of a Down, Chop Suey. Is that it? MR Mouse is in the house. What up, brother? Paul Mills is a member for 6 months. Cub. Awesome. You the man, Paul. That means you get a hat now from me. You got that? 6-month membership, you get a hat. Cliff should be coming up on 6 too, huh, Cliff? Sean's in the house. Yeah, look at the size of that open, buddy. Number 13. Bad to the bone. 11 1/4 inch blade on it. Ooh-wee. It'll get you in and out of the woods. Look at this. I put 2 hands on it. You can put 3 hands on this motherfucker. 3 full man hands. Don't put your fingers in. That's my newest one. The Opal Fish and Fillet knife. Love this thing. I'm actually going to use this. I'm going to do me some fucking walleyes with it here real soon. It's walleye season now, man. I got to start filling my freezer up with walleye. Walleye. Almost time for king trout. King salmon, I mean. I'm sorry, king trout. What the fuck am I smoking? King salmon and crappies, man. Oh, yeah. Time to start filling the freezer. I do it every year. Puko slick. Yep, that's my old school late 1800s style Puko with the brass clipper hook, dangler clipper hook. I got the brass inlay in the handle that I did. Not bad for a first attempt. That's in the birch bark, stacked birch bark, and then I cut the grooves out, and then I pound the thin brass into it. It's all in a learning process. I think I did pretty good for the first time on that handle. This is probably my 15th or 16th Puko knife I've made. Cliff, 3 months. Okay, cool. Hey, he ain't messing around. He's a grizzly. He's a grizzly, Paul. You're his baby, Paul. You're his baby cub. Oh, that's okay. Hey, a lot of channels you got to subscribe to and, and members on, man. It adds up quick. And just $1 makes me happy. Just $1 a month makes me happy. Yep, I like this knife I got for free today. Yeah, Saber knives, guys. I tell you what, get you one on eBay, man. You know, 10, 15, 20 bucks. You know, they're some of the most well-built traditional folders you can get. Saber. I mean, in Japan, they're just phenomenal blade, phenomenal knives, man. I tell you what, right now, these old Sabers are better built than the new case knives today, and that's a fact, Jack. There ain't no gaps, flaws in these some bitches. Them Japanese bladesmiths know what they're doing. So that was a freebie today. This was a freebie. Hey, where's that other freebie? Oh, I didn't really want the knife, but the guy had the box with it from 1970. You know, I mean, come on. Made in China. It says, for all fishermen, hunters, and all people who enjoy the great outdoors. The lock knife style. The A003. Made in China. I didn't really care to have the knife, but since he had the box, it makes it worth more. It makes it worth having, really. I mean, how many Chinese-made 70 knives you got still like that in its original box? That's the first one I've seen. Well, no, well, yeah, every lockback folding hunter like that. Actually, Ibrand had these out, you know, before Buck. Buck actually spun off of Ibrand in Zollian, Germany. Zollian, Germany have been making them things for over 100 years. You know, and then you know, most knives are a spin-off of the last company. It's like the Buck 119s. They're a spin-off of the traditional Puko knife. You know, Allen Hoyt Buck, when they made them knives, they designed the handles from the style of the Puko and the blade the style of the Puko with the twist of the American Bowie mixed with, which the American Bowie knife wasn't really invented in America. It was just a myth, and it was actually the Bowie knife we love of today, like the one I'm making for myself right now. You know, the typical Bowie knife. This was invented by George Washington, you know, in Sheffield, England, and in fact, he made, uh, uh, you know, David Bowie's fighting knives, and they were more or less a butcher knife. They weren't really shaped like this. But this design was of George Washington home in Sheffield, England. And by 1875, just about every American had a George Washington home Bowie knife that eventually became the American Bowie knife. But it was invented by George Washington home. He flooded the market. Nobody's ever seen a Bowie knife like this until he put it here in 1875. Yeah, I mean, the more this is actually my second Bowie knife. I made a lot of knives, and I'm finally making myself a Bowie knife instead of another customer that I made one for. All my joints are tight. So this is annealed right now. That's why it's different colors. So I had to soften the metal so I could put my holes in the blade in this thing. But this thing will get polished up when I'm done with it. My stamp didn't turn out really too well, but you can see it. I mean, sometimes when I stamp them on the heat up the blades and stamp them, it you get the whole Kodiak edge on there, but that's okay. It's for me. If I was doing it for a customer, I'd have to start over. But I am getting a laser engraver, so I'm going to start doing my logos with the laser engraver. I'm going to quit doing it the old-fashioned way. Any and every little time you can save making knives helps, especially when you want to make a dozen at a time or, start selling them. I mean, I'm a carver, so this is a hobby for me. So I'm not in no hurry to make anything really. I'm not in a hurry to put my brand out there because I don't have to. I don't have to make a living with it. I don't have to make money with it. If somebody happy with a custom knife or a custom modded knife once in a while, that's just me. I do have one of my custom fillet knives for sale on my eBay store right now. Somebody can go there and buy it if they wanted to. And I'm going to start putting more custom. I want to start getting known more and more here in the States for doing Puko knives because I'm part Finnish. I want to keep a tradition going here. And one day, hopefully before I die, I'll be slowly become one of the finest Puko makers in the United States. That's my goal. Because I'm going to do the tin. I'm going to start learning how to do the tin and everything on the sheaths and the knives. And after 3 a.m. here, y'all, James Bowie, right? Yeah, James Bowie. The Bowie knife was invented by George Washington and Sons. It became and Sons later on in his career in Sheffield, England. And that's the typical American Bowie knife we love today is an invention of George Washington. Good night, Jerry. We'll see you Sunday. 8:30. Be here, be square. Here is morning, 9:06. So I would imagine that is in England. Or not England, but maybe France. If Thomas was here, we'd have purple boogers. What is that thing? Can't even see it. We'd have tears. I sent you the Vader start. Yeah, I'm gonna get you that wallet. Hey, give me a call tomorrow, man. Give me a holler anytime. I'm home. You're supposed to call me today, and you didn't. You got busy, didn't you? Or I'll call you. How's that? But you can call me anytime. I don't have to worry about you answering. Crybaby. Oh, okay. I got you. If Thomas is here, we'd have a crybaby. Easter, Croatia, ex-Yugoslavia. Oh, wow. Cool. That's not too that's not too far from Cliff. Cliff's in Alaska. He can look over the river and probably see your house in Croatia. I was at the auction. I got you. You're always at that damn auction. You got a cell phone on you though. Hey Ty, what's up? Morning, bud. 4 a.m. here in Atlantic Canada. Atlantic Canada. Wow. Atlantic. That's on the East Coast. And if it's 4 a.m., that's the North Baltic or Pacific, ain't it? Or North Baltic. I don't know. I'm lost. I'm not good with times in Canada. Yeah. Canadian East Coast. Okay, yeah. So is I mean it's 1 hour less in the East Coast in America. So how is it 2 hours different there. Being further north would be an extra hour or what? Or maybe it goes more east than North Carolina. I don't know. That's funny because here in Mississippi is the same time zone, Central Illinois or Central time. After Eastern time zone is Atlantic time zone. Okay, I got you. So it's the Atlantic time zone first, then the Eastern, and then the Central. Because you're closer to the sun than the American East Atlantic time, Eastern time. Hi, Bob Night Bob. Sean, I finally got my box from Paul's tonight. Cool. Bob's going to bed. All right. Good night, Bob. We'll see you Sunday night. 8:30. Be here, be square. God bless you, man. Be safe. Oh, shit. I carried this today. My Gonzo Spider Coat clone, man. I tell you what, this is the sharpest knife I've ever gotten out of the box. And I'll tell you what, sharper than any new Spyderco I've ever bought out of the box. It's dull now because I used the shit out of it. I got to sharpen it again. But man, these things are hair popping sharp. And it's well built, man. It's kind of got the same vibe as the Angelica. Same texture, everything. But it's a cheap Chinese steel. 440C, actually, it's the best 440C you can buy. The 440 stainless you can buy, 440C. And Gonzo, man, they're known for making solid knives, man. I've got 3 of them. 3 Gonzos. Inexpensive knives, but really well put together. You can get most of the Gonzo knives for $27 to $37. Wag sounded more fun. He does have his dog. You guys talking smack again about other things. Shit talking about. Gonzo and D2, they are better than 440C. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, D2 is better than 440C. You know, it's not as hard to sharpen for one. And it's a tool still. And it's an underrated steel. I'll tell you what, I'll take a D2 over half of the powder metals out there. I'll tell you right now. You know, I mean, and it's not much less chromium. It's what, 11.2% chromium. So it's not quite 100% stainless blade, but just got to take care of them, man. You know, D2 is way underrated. The reason why it's been around for over 100 years. The F series, yeah, I got a couple of them. Can't beat the price, man. You know, petrified fish and Gonzos, when they both first came out, I started buying them. Chinese D2, well, there's the thing though, Todd. I mean, the difference of different people making them. You know what I mean? And this is Chinese 440C. You know. So it just depends. You know, I mean, I'm not a geek on Rockwell hardness. I could care less. I care more about edge geometry than anything. You know, and toughness. I'm all about toughness and edge geometry. I'm not. I can give 2 shits less about how long a knife could stay sharp. You know what I mean? Because I enjoy sharpening my knife. I enjoy playing with them and taking care of them. You know, I'm just not one of them guys that are deep into anything over 61 Rockwell hardest. I could care less. But that's me. See, I'm not everybody. Everybody enjoys something different. Yep, it is. Edge retention is if you work with a knife in an 8-hour shift or constantly with a knife. Yeah, but to me, I could have a high carbon steel and I'd carry a stroke to work with me. I'd stroke it on break and I'd stroke it on lunch, and that thing will be fucking just as sharp all day long for me. But edge geometry, too, is the biggest key factor when it comes to cutting. You know, less tension, less stress on a blade while it's cutting, the lesser it's going to dull. It's like if you take a Swiss Army knife, you know, I got one floating around here, but you guys know what I'm saying. Swiss Army knife, such a thin blade. Because of their thin, you ever pick one up and say, hey, these things never get dull. Well, they do get dull, and they get dull quick if you use them a lot. They're super slicey because they're so thin. You know what I mean? But that has nothing really to do with edge geometry. It just how thin it is. But you know, any knife you carry with you, you know, if I use it all day, I got a strope in my truck. I got my belt. I can strope in and out of working with it. And when I'll just sharpen it. Ready for the next day. Yeah, Van X and Magna Cut are, but you know, corrosion resistance doesn't mean nothing to me. You know, I'm a big, I'm a big, you know, opponent. You know, I'm big on carbon steels. I love my high carbon steel blades. I love working with them. I love getting them hair popping sharp when I sharpen them, and you know, I enjoy taking care of them. I don't care to have a fucking through the roof Rockwell hardness to where I don't have to sharpen this for a month or 3 months or 4 months. Yeah. You know, in my career as a carpenter, I went through thousands of razor blades and utility knives, and that's just what it is. It gets dull, throw it away, get another one. It gets dull, throw it away, get another one. Technically, you can get this, throw it away in a week, and get another one, and not lose any money. But I'll tell you what, though, man, this fucking thing here is the sharpest knife I've ever. You know, all the Spydercos I've owned, this thing's out of the box is sharper. You know, but to me, like I said, I can sharpen it and stroke it. I could take this in the back room and have it sharp in 1 minute. No stones involved. But yeah, it's crazy. These things are crazy sharp out of the box. I couldn't believe it when I got it. Hey, you know, there's factors for every knife. A knife is a tool. You know what I mean? Different blade shapes for different tasks. There's different geometries for different things you're doing. You know, and like I said, there's no true mountain man or bushman that goes into the woods with Magna Cut or Vanex or any of the other high powdered shit. They want 1095, 1084, boom, high carbon steel. Easy maintenance, tough as shit, easy to maintain, easy to sharpen. They get hair popping sharp. And the main thing is if you're out in the woods with a Magna Cut or a Vanex or any of the other high powered steels, S35, S90V, whatever it is, you know, and you're cutting through something really tough, and you roll over that blade or you chip it out, how are you going to fix that right away? Well, you can with a 1095. A lot easier and a lot quicker. But there's no true bushman or mountainman that carries high-powered steels, even today. You know, the old school, hard-nosed mountain men and bushmen, they still want their high-carbon steels in the woods. Use what you like. Yep. There's serious benefits to modern super steels in every category you could think of. There is, but you know, most of you guys are buying them high-powered steel knives. They're most looky items, you know. I mean, you got one or two at home that you actually use and care to scratch up, and then the rest of them are just a collection. You know, most of y'all are just knife buffs for the hardest, greatest, high-powered steel out there. For what, really? I mean, this fucking knife will get you in and out of the woods. So will this one, you know. So will any high-carbon steel one, just as well as any other high-powered steel. I'm just not big into them. I don't really care to own them. I had a few of them. I got rid of them. I don't think I got any more powdered steel knives here. I got rid of my Spyderco collection, and I do miss my Para too. I've had them the longest, so and I do want to get a. I've never bought a knife with Magna Cut, and I told myself if I do get one, Magna Cut or Vanex, it's going to be a Para 2. And that's it. That's all I'll have. I don't care to chase after that shit. Yeah, well, it's what you like, you know. It's not what I like. It's what feels good in your hands, and what you prefer to buy or what you prefer to collect, you know. Because we're not all the same. We don't collect the same. We don't have the same thought of mind. But to me, I'm just a hobbyist. I love making knives, and I don't care if I ever make them out of stainless because I'm not making them to please anybody. I'm making them just to enjoy the hobby and helping somebody get something handmade from me if they want it. If they don't, oh well. That's up to them. It's either you buy a knife off me or you don't. Or you have me custom out a knife for you or you don't. That's your choice. But, you know, I'm just doing this for the hobby and the love of it. I love making knives. I love forging things and making things. And, you know, just like I have my whole life with woodworking and everything else I've done. Diamond and CBN stones are so available and cheap these days. Well, yeah, so's my 42-inch grinder. That thing will sharpen that fucking knife in 1 minute and I'm done. I don't even pull out my whetstones anymore. My diamond stones. They collect dust. I don't even touch them. But since I got good at sharpening on the sand belt, there's nothing quicker, nothing better for me. And any guy that makes 2-3 dozen knives a week to sell them, to actually make a living selling them, they don't use stones. You know, stones are for the hobbyist or the guy for the outdoors that needs them on site. And it's a skill, it's an art, you know what I mean? In the old school days, that's what they did. They carried an Arkansas stone with them and they sharpened them right there on the site. You know, and back in the day, that's what they did. You know, I mean, you take this, right? Say the old sodbuster from 1970, right? You're using it at work all day. It's getting dull. Yep, Arkansas stone. Take the belt out, open the belt up, stroke it real quick, and they're back in business. They do it in a minute and a half, 2 minutes. You know, that's just the way it was in the old days. You know, they didn't buy it. They didn't have to buy diamond stones because everything was a lot less harder. But you know, it's just what you love. That's what it boils down to. I can't say anything bad about any knife. They're all cool. They're all awesome. They're all great. All these different steels, they're all great, you know. They're just not me. I'm fine with the 428C and the D2 and D1 and, you know, even the 440C. I'm old school, I guess, but, when I was younger, I used to buy all the modern knives and spend thousands of dollars a year doing it, and I got rid of them all. I don't do it anymore. Just really something I got caught into doing that I wish I would have put more of the money in the modern. I found out that I'm more of a modern traditional style guy, that I like the old school carbon steel folding blade, folding knives, and and the old school high carbon steel uh, fixed blades from the K bars and everything else. I just old school. That's basically it. Yeah, I've got lots of Arkansas stones. I got smaller ones. Some of them are in my fixed blade knife sheaths. And if I was to use a stone, it would be with my knife out in the field, and it would be an Arkansas stone. In fact, I got one in my glove box, a bigger one, Arkansas stone. It's got the medium grit and the fine grit. And if I need it when I'm out hunting, if I got to skin an elk or a deer, a mule deer or whitetail or antelope or something, I'll come to Arkansas stone and sharpen her up, go to town. It burns the edge really easy. Well, you don't use it to sharpen, you use it to stroke. All you're doing is knocking the burr off when you sharpen. You don't want to use a belt, because the last thing, most people stroke. A lot of people do this and they don't understand it. When you come across this, you don't want to come off of it, because you're rolling that edge over. When you stroke, you want to come up and lift every time. And if you use a belt, it's rolling. You're forcing it. The knife's naturally going to roll over on it. So you're rolling over that burr. You know what I mean? And eventually you roll over the edge. You're not really breaking the burr. But when you come across here, you're lifting up and you're breaking that burr, knocking it off, and you're not rolling that edge. So it's important to stroke correctly as well as it is to sharpen correctly. Lift the knife at the end of its stroke, away from the stroke, not off of it. A lot of guys do that, and they just don't understand. You're rolling that blade, man. Sooner or later, you'll have to resharpen really quick. We're doing good, Leanne. How you doing, bud? Welcome back. You saw some of the new knives I got today. Not new, 1970s. But I paid dirt cheap price for this one. $40. Mint. I mean, this thing's like next to mint. I love it. I stole this thing. And then I got these two free from the guy. These three. And I got a buck 121 I just put away for $50. Love it. Absolutely love it. I spent $90 and came home with 5 knives. Can't wait the garage sale start here. Now the spring craft, and not craft, but the flea markets on the roads are going. They're starting up now. That's where I find some good knives. That's where I find my good knives. The long openal? You want to see that again? It gets a workout every holiday. Cutting the hams and turkeys. Three-handed knife. The blade is 2.5 hands long. It's a honker. That'll cut your finger off. Uh, the best sense I have currently is a HK Knife Works verified diamond stone 400 grit. Cost around 600. Now see, now that's just the most expensive one I got is probably cost me about 275, and it's a Japanese 16,000 grit whetstone, and that's the most I'll ever spend on a whetstone. In fact, there's one that I did want to get for like 400, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get it. I don't need it. I sharpen all mine on the belt sander, quick. That work sharp belt sander one they got, that thing's pretty slick too. It'll sharpen them quick. I just can't justify it. I can't justify spending that kind of money on something that I can do on a belt sander. And then, like I said, I'm old school, so I got the Arkansas medium and fine on my in my glove box, and then I got them in my fixed sheaths. And that's all I need. Get them razor sharp at first, either at home or whatever, and then touch them up with the strobe and the whetstone in the field, and you're good to go. Crispy Cracker, what's happening, man? Welcome back. Next are my venom and resin bonded diamond stones that I use afterwards. I needed. Hey, you spend a lot of money on that shit, don't you? I wish I had the money you spend on all that stuff. I'd have a much bigger collection than I got. You're really getting into that shit. I can tell you that right now. I can tell. I just can't justify seeing the time spent on stones anymore. I just can't. You know, now that I learned how to get really great sharpening them on the belt sander, I just don't want to use stones anymore. You know, belt sander belt cost me about. That's some of the most expensive ones I've gotten were probably about $15. Man, a fucking cat shit in the kitty litter box again. Ooh. I'm sorry. When I was younger, I was you guys' age, I spent a lot of crazy shit money on this stuff. And now that I'm older, the finer things in life please me more than anything. High carbon steel blade, D2, it don't matter. I don't care to keep up with the Joneses when it comes to the latest, greatest fixie knife or folder knife. I could care less. And that's just me. You know, as I gotten older, I cared lesser and lesser. Like I said, I wish I had all the money I spent on that shit when I was you guys' age. And you guys will probably be the same way as you get older. You get in your 60s, you'll be like, man, all the money I spent on this shit, why? Then you'll be going back to the basics of knife skills and basics of knife needs. Not all of you, some of you. Yeah, I hear you, Todd. It just depends on what you're doing, but I can sharpen any knife in less than a minute. And that's all the time I want to spend on it. Unless, like I said, like if I'm out in the field and my knife edge feels like I need to touch it up, I'll just grab the Arkansas out of the glove box, go to town on it, and I'm ready to go. But most knives I go out with are sharp before I even go out. And if you're ripping, if you're skinning, caping out a big animal like an elk or a moose, you'll stop in between, hit the stone a little bit, and stroke it, and go back to work on it. Diamonds are a knife guy's best friend, especially in powdered metal steels in the Paul Mills range. I'm gonna call it the Paul Mills Rockwell hardness. I don't think you own anything under 65 Rockwell, do you? But you know, it's a love for doing it. You know, reconnecting. Man, what the hell is going on with my phone, man? I'm gonna go back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back and take this off of Wi-Fi. Okay, I took the Wi-Fi off. See if that helps. Sometimes that damn Wi-Fi upstairs just keeps messing with me. Overheating with those hot knives? Nope, it's not overheating. This might. I'm gonna have to get a hold of AT&T, see what the hell's up with my Wi-Fi. It does it once in a while with the TV upstairs. Yeah, I took it off of Wi-Fi, so it seems to help. Oh, reconnecting. You're live. All right. Well, I ain't showing on my fucking computer then. Let me see what my notepad looks like. Oh, it shows I'm live now. Put you up on my notepad here. Live stream is ended. No, it hasn't. What are you smoking? Oh, that was my last live. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's showing I'm live. No interruptions on that. I'm not breaking shit, Illinois. What's up, man? I'm ready for that plaque, man. You got the thing done? That thing looks awesome. I'm gonna give it to it's my wife's late birthday present. You don't have to get it done. I'm just fucking with you, but I can't wait to get it. Uh, first what? What's that mean? Leon, you changed your profile picture, didn't you? Or is that the same old one? Last coat tomorrow. Awesome. Awesome. Let me know what I owe you, bro. I'll send it to you right away. PayPal or Venmo. Whatever you look like. I gotta get me a laser. I gotta start laser etching my knives and stuff with it. I gotta get me one. I'll get me a beginner one though, probably around the $400 range. I heard you can get a pretty decent one for 400, 450. I just want to, like do the knife scales like this knife. Put something really cool on it, like U.S. Navy or whatever. You know what I mean? And then I want to be able to put. I see guys are doing. They're laser engraving Damascus now on the blades. You can't even tell. It's so fucking cool, man. I want to start doing that. I'll sell Damascus knives with a laser. World War II daggers are worth big money. Yeah, they are. Trench knives get up in the thousands, man. I love knives. Melissa Backwoods. Who's Melissa Backwoods? Does too. Who is Melissa Backwoods? I never heard of that person. Oh, yeah. Well, one of these days I'll get, like I said, no hurry. One of these days I'll get set up with stainless steel stuff to make stainless steel knives. I know what I need. First off, I got to get the temperature control unit for my oven that I have, and then I can start doing it. But uh, other other tools too as well that you need for it. I'm not in no hurry, but I'll do it eventually. She is a knife girl. I think I might have came across her page one day. I'm backwoods leather. Leather. Yeah. She was on that show Naked and Afraid a while ago. Now she is on YouTube promoting and selling knives and whatnot. Has a big following. Yeah, like most of them girls with a good looking face and boobs. That's all they need to do. I'm happy beautiful woman thing anymore. Simpler things in life anymore for me, you know. Daggers are big money. Sure it is. But you know, how many knives can you have? You know what I mean? How many knives do you need? I know I got too many, and that's why I'm downsizing on certain areas of knives. You know, so I can concentrate on others. And personally, Scandinavian, Finnish, Swedish, and German knives I love the most. So I'm downsizing on my modern folders and getting a lot of the traditional style German and Nordic knives. Yeah, I'm sure she has a lot more than a wall of knives. I know I have nice boobs nowadays, but I don't get the views than the girls do. Yeah, I know my man boobs. They should get more views. It's easy for a girl with tits and ass to grow fast because everybody wants to see it. There's millions of horny dogs out there that's got to subscribe to their channels, and it's real easy for them to pick up subs and get higher into the knife industry just by their looks. So it helps if you're a drop dead model, male or female, or you got a nice ass and a nice set of titties and a pretty smile. It makes it that much easier. Meanwhile, the fat girl's got to suffer. uh, my friend bought a genuine German lion head sword with with the ruby. If that's what he loves, man. I'm not really into swords either. I got a couple that I used to train and practice with, but I don't. I don't even care to get them anymore. I did when I was younger. Like I said, lots of things change. I'm not scrolling here at all. I got a perfect picture on my notebook and my PC, and it says I'm live on my phone. So you might be scrolling in and out. Some of these all pages, phones are probably doing it. So I got to go. Wish you all a great rest of your night and a wonderful weekend. Yo, you bet, Leon. Thanks for stopping in, brother. God bless you, and we'll see you Sunday night. And in and out, my lives. In and out, in and out. Good night. God bless if you didn't hear me, Leon. Thanks. We'll see you Sunday, fun day. Found a German folder with steel ball on the end. Scroll work really nice. Knife and blade was broke at the top. I was bummed. Steel ball at the end. You don't know what brand it is? What's worth $1,200 US? What you said last? Let me see here. Did I miss that? Some of you guys are saying so much shit I can't follow you. Not shit, but so much stuff I can't follow you. Roger, over out, y'all. Okay, we'll see you, Toby. Thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, I mean, there's thousands of German companies in stainless knives, so I have no idea what you're talking about. And I love my German knives. I just wish you knew what brand it was. I know I talk a lot of shit. We all do at times, right? Crispy Cracker. You guess you're the fat girl? Well, hey, it doesn't matter. Fat girls need loving too. Just like fat boys need loving. But hey, some of the fat girls I used to date, I tell you what, they got the greatest hearts. They won't leave you for another man like most of them will. Oh, a German sword? Yeah, I'd imagine they get up there. I've seen swords as high as 180 grand. So, you know, they come in all price ranges. Break out the flour, the crackers in the middle. In the middle. You're killing me. Killing me. Come on, man. WKC, never heard of them. Man, I gotta move this fucking heater closer to me. Table full of fucking knives here, man. All these fillet knives are piled up on my sewing table. It's crazy, man. Weather's getting down to 50 degrees. And tomorrow, or tonight, it's going to be 80. Today, it's going to be 80 degrees. Oh. Boy, this guy's going to talk about swords the whole time he's here. Hey, everybody, this is a swords hour. Anybody got anything about swords? You want to share with this young man so he knows more about swords? Yeah. Sorry, brother. This is a knife channel, not a sword channel. Most of us don't know anything about swords. Tell you the truth. Now I'm in and out of my life again. But no, yeah, I don't really care to Google search about swords. No, no offense or anything, but I'm just not a sword guy. I broken several of them too when I was younger. If they're not well made, they're easy to break. That's probably one reason why I didn't want to become a Marine. And as far as making knives, I'll never make a sword ever. I don't care to make one. I'll probably never want to make one. Probably won't ever make one. Good old Opals. I have most of the knives. This is my latest, the fish and fillet knife from Opal. I just picked this one up not too long ago. Add to my fish and fillet knife. Running out of rooms for my knives, so I got this. I got this. I got the toolbox back there filled already. This. I got that display case, and I'm putting shelves in it now, so I can put more knives in it. I just found out the law says you can't have an axe or a hatchet on state-funded property. Yeah. Well, I go to the conservation area with them all the time, and I've never had any problems with it. Yeah. Well, I got a couple buddies that are conservation cops. Maybe that's why they don't bust me for having them. Most of the state properties are owned by the banks, the governments, the government. It's called the Land Grab Act, where the U.S. government used the national land to pay off their debt to the banks. The banks actually own the land, not the government. So they basically make the rules they want to have with them. That's the way it's written, but not all. You know, all state laws end at the county. If the county don't want to follow the law, they won't, and they have the right not to follow the law. But then them counties get the state has the right to defund the counties. But in particular, certain laws they won't follow, certain counties won't follow. It doesn't really bother the state, but when they do them all, when they start not following a lot of the laws, it's like the state don't have to follow federal law either. It's the power of the people. But the counties don't have to follow state law, and state don't have to follow federal law. But again, the states will get cut off from federal funding if they continue it or they do it too much. You know what I mean? I'm back, Paul says. Where'd you go walk your dog, Paul? I gotta see if a couple of my cats want to come in. I'll be right back. Come on, baby. Come on. Get your butt in there. Anybody else? Well, my pumpkin. Pumpkin's sitting out.